All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm back again today doing another. Well, actually, it's gonna be my first trailer breakdown video. I was up last night and my brother texted me and said the trailer for the 2021 Robert Pattinson Batman movie's out, and I immediately went on and watched it. And I tried to do a video last night, but it just didn't really work out. And then tried again this morning, still didn't kind of work out. So third try is the charm, right? So we're gonna go ahead and watch this, and I've watched it a million times already, but we're gonna watch it. We're gonna kind of pick through it. I'm gonna pause it at certain moments and talk about some stuff. So yeah, let's get to it. So right here, I'm pretty sure that this guy is the Riddler. I'm not 100% certain, but I want to say that it is, which is interesting because it's not a normal look for the Riddler. Everyone thinks of the Riddler wearing some kind of like green suit, or green coat, at least green trench coat, and in some iterations he's worn just like a green spandex jumpsuit, like onesie, where it had like question marks all over it. So this is just like there's nothing to indicate at this point in the trailer yet who the hell this guy is, but I'm pretty sure it's the Riddler.
From your secret friend.
I love the choice with music for the trailer.
Who?
So this guy, if we can just kind of backtrack a little bit, not don't know his name. I never would have pictured him as Commissioner Gordon, but seeing it, it's fine. Nothing wrong with it. Also would have made a good Lucius Fox, I think, just from I don't know. I've seen him a lot. I've seen him in James Bond, and in James Bond, his attitude towards James was always kind of like an extra helper, and he had the right kind of attitude for that, and he always was very sarcastic and kind of like witty with James. I thought it would have made a nice Lucius Fox. But Commissioner Gordon works too. Commissioner Gordon and Batman have had plenty of witty banter moments throughout their time working together, so this works. So, and yeah, someone leave in the comments below. Let me know. I forget this actor's name, or else I'll just have to go look it up. So a lot of people have been talking about this is Batman clearly, and a lot of people have been talking about like his boots and how a lot of his costume seems kind of just thrown together. They went with a very, I don't know, I kind of want to say like Netflix Daredevil ish kind of vibe. Like, I don't know, there's some parts of the trailer later on where you'll see where like he's got some decent looking equipment. Like the Batmobile looks pretty souped up, so it's kind of like, he is a billionaire, but maybe he really isn't to the point yet in his career where he's using his billions of dollars and all of his resources as the owner of Wayne Enterprises. He's not really using all that as part of being Batman. But yeah, I don't know.
Having a clue.
So people pointed this out. It's a lot of newspapers talking about this guy named Don. I guess it's, I don't know if he's an attorney or if he's the mayor, but it's all these news articles about this guy named Don, and it says lies. So if this is the Riddler, which is what we're led to believe, he's the one putting all this like lies. He had written on the guy's taped up face, he had written "No more lies." It almost seems like they're going with kind of like a terrorist vigilante for the Riddler. Like he's also kind of tired of the corruption in Gotham, but he's murdering people and setting these like vicious traps and leaving these clues and riddles and kind of taunting the police. But that's not the Riddler that I'm familiar with. Like the Riddler we're all familiar with is this, like, he's a really 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 intelligent, smart guy who has just been unfortunate and unlucky in life, and he's always been kind of shit on. But at the same time, deep down, he knows he's smarter than everyone, and he knows he's better than everyone in that respect. And so finally one day he snaps, and he's just like, you know what, screw it. Like, I'm going to use my great intellect and I'm going to use it to my personal gain and fuck anyone who gets in my way. But this, it looks like they're going with a bit of a different approach. Like maybe he's kind of like a vigilante slash terrorist, and that makes up an interesting matchup for him versus Batman, because Batman's also a vigilante. It's just Batman's not murdering the shit out of criminals. And it also does seem like the Riddler, if this is the route they're going, he's focused on this one guy. So that brings up the question, does the Riddler have a history with this guy? Was he working with him in some way? Was he his assistant, his secretary? Was he his, if he's a politician, was the Riddler maybe his campaign manager? Who knows? So that's an interesting take on the Riddler if that's the way they're going. Like kind of like he is also a vigilante, but he's also kind of a terrorist at the same time.
Let's play a game. Just me and you. Any of this mean anything to you?
And there's our first look at Batman. So we'll go ahead and talk about the suit since we got a pretty good view of it here. So seeing all of this now, it is gray. You can tell like the cape is black, the cowl is black. This is all gray, which I am happy about. But at the same time, it still has a really realistic body armor feel to it. Like, I don't know, I've talked about this in previous videos a lot, but just Ben Affleck's costume, it looked durable, but it also looked like it came from the comic books. And Batman, in order for me to believe that Batman's wearing some kind of really advanced bulletproof armor, it doesn't need to resemble real bulletproof armor. Like, I get it, it's a fictional story. You know what? So I can just chalk it up into my brain. Like, Bruce Wayne's also supposed to be a genius inventor and kind of like a genius engineer. So I can chalk it up into my brain that, okay, you know what? Maybe what Bruce has built into his batsuit is not, it's unlike anything else that's on the market or even the black market. Maybe it's some special shit he invented himself. And yeah, maybe it can take point blank shots. Later on in the trailer, you will see that he gets kind of shot right here in the chest with something. I don't know if it's a gun or a flare gun or something, but he gets shot right here in the chest, and the armor does seem to just kind of eat it, and he kind of stumbles back, but he doesn't really seem too hurt by it. So I like that, and when we get to that part in the trailer, we'll talk about it more. But I don't know. And then the collar on the cape is interesting. That kind of gives it this almost like he bought it at a Halloween store kind of look. But that's a new take on how they're explaining the movable neck. Like the cowl is a single piece, the cape is a separate piece. But then how do you explain how the neck is kind of covered? And in this, it's kind of like, yeah, there's a fucking collar to it. I don't know. We'll have to see how this all works out. But when you see him in the trailer and he's just kind of like, you catch the glimpses of him, at a glance, the costume looks good. It's only when I stop and really study it that I'm finding parts of it that I don't like. I don't hate the shape of this bat symbol. I hate that it's like this metal mechanical shit. I just don't understand the purpose of it unless it's meant to be that way so that like it can flex with the armor. Like as he moves and whatnot, the armor, because you can see it's kind of hinged here. Maybe as he moves, the armor flexes and bends and it has hinges on it, so it moves at certain points. And maybe that's the way it is, so it can do that. But I don't know. I really don't know why they couldn't have just done like, if they wanted to have it like a cutout piece that's inserted into the chest, they could have done that. I don't know why it needed to be this mechanical shit though. So I don't know. They're going for a very homemade look. Like he's new to being Batman. He's not using his billions of dollars from his family's fortune. He's not using that to be Batman. He's just kind of like, he's just winging it. He's just throwing shit together. He's throwing it at the wall and seeing if it sticks. So I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. I can't say I hate it though. I gotta be honest.
You're becoming quite a celebrity.
So at this point in the trailer, the very first time I watched it, what I thought was, when Alfred said that, like, you're becoming quite a celebrity, for some reason, like, we've gotten many Batman movies over the past 20 years, but I'm watching this and I think to myself, why is it that it feels like the first Batman movie we've gotten in a really long time? And that was a good thing for me. That was a good feeling because it means this feels fresh. and but at the same time I like it. I'm not like, just because it's new doesn't mean it's good. Just because it's a fresh take doesn't mean it's good. But they've managed to do both here. If this trailer is truly an accurate representation of what the movie's going to be, it seems like it's going to be a fresh take, but a good take. So I'm excited for that.
Why is he writing to you?
He just said Alfred, he's becoming quite a celebrity.
If you are justice, please.
So here it looks like we saw he's being led into crime scenes. Let's see if I can get a better image of it. We saw that like Batman is being let into crime scenes. Like he was in the house with Gordon, and here he's in this holding cell area with all the police, and he starts fighting against one of the cops, or maybe they've got a suspect and Batman's just trying to get at him and beat the shit out of him. I don't know. And all the cops and Gordon start trying to pull Batman off. So he's clearly not, like, he hasn't just started being Batman. He's been Batman for a little bit, and he's definitely built up a little bit of like a rapport with the police department, and definitely with Gordon. Gordon trusts him enough to let him in on crime scenes to take a look at stuff and whatnot. So that's pretty indicative of where he's at in his career as Batman. He's new, but he's not at the very, very beginning.
Please do not lie. What is the
So we got a little more fight scene choreography there. Another kind of look at the suit. This look here I like better than what we saw in the house when he was talking to Gordon at the crime scene. Another little fight scene there, so we can see that there is going to be good action in this movie. When I heard that it was going to be a neo-noir detective drama, I was kind of like, does that mean they're going to do low action? It doesn't look like that's the route they're going at all. Like, she's throwing kicks and he's ducking and blocking, so it looks like we're going to have some good fight scene choreography. And I was just worried because the standard set now is the Ben Affleck Batman warehouse fight scene from Batman v Superman. Like, that is the Batman fight scene standard now. If it's not up to par with that, why are you even making a Batman movie? So that's my take on that. Like, it needs to be at that level, because that's how Batman should fight. Coming up into a room, through the floor, getting up in the rafters, throwing mini explosives down on the guy's assault rifles, disabling their assault rifles before they can even like point them up at him and get a shot off, dropping down, breaking another dude's arm, making him fire his rifle across. He shows up and he immediately just sows chaos into the room. At least when he's fighting multiple people, he sows chaos into the room, and he gets everybody all good and confused and scared and kind of like, what the fuck's going on? And then he goes down and actually engages them. So I'm glad that it looks like we're not going to be going back to that very slow, constant just elbow drop of like the Nolan films. But I don't know. I'm still skeptical as whether or not we'll see like Batman v Superman level fight scenes with this Batman. But if we do, perfect.
price for your blind eye?
The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
So let's go ahead and just talk about that. So all of these guys, this one in particular, I don't know about the rest of these, but this one in particular has the smile. And I don't know if these are meant to be Joker thugs, maybe. The rest of them, I don't know if he really has a smile or him. It just looks like maybe they're supposed to look more like skulls. Might be, this guy looks like he has a spade drawn or painted on his head, so maybe some bullshit version of the Royal Flush Gang. I don't know, but that was something someone pointed out. Is like, he kind of looks like he might be a Joker thug, but I don't know. I think it's more likely that there's someone else. And then this, so here we get some fight scenes. So this guy comes, swings at him with this thing, he blocks it, blocks that hand, hits him across the face, backhands him, then he raises his arm and pops his shoulder out of his socket. Then he just beats the ever-living fuck out of this dude. Even once he's down, he just pounds him into the dirt. Like,
I'm vengeance.
and then yeah, that, which is just like spot on. I like the voice too. I think he's doing a pretty good voice for Batman. There, that was the scene where we get the
I'm vengeance.
he gets shot in the chest with something.
This guy's crazy.
But it looked like he didn't go down or anything. He just kind of, his shoulder flew back, so it looks like he kind of ate it, and he was fine.
You're part of this too.
How am I part of this?
You'll see.
So if we can go back real quick here, I like how they are just fully acknowledging that he's putting makeup around his eyes in every single other Batman movie. Like, it's been there in every single other Batman movie, but they've always pretended like it's not. Here they're just kind of like, yeah, before he goes out as Batman, he puts some fucking black eyeshadow around his eyes. I'm like, okay, cool. I honestly still think I would prefer lenses in the cowl, like some like one-way mirror reflective kind of lenses. I think that would look cool. But yeah, at least they're being upfront about this shit. But anyway, something about Robert Pattinson, it seems like he is not, there's a ton of the Batman persona, and there's not a whole lot of the Bruce Wayne persona. It looks like he's not really much of Bruce Wayne as we know Bruce Wayne. He's not the suave billionaire playboy. He's not playing that role yet. He's still just mostly just Batman, even when he's not in the suit. He's not bothering to really like keep his hair neat and trimmed and combed back. And yeah, you saw him at the earlier in the trailer when the guy crashed his car into that church or whatever. And let's see,
Why is he writing to you?
he's wearing a suit or whatever. But yeah, the hair's long. It's not neat. But yeah, it doesn't. He definitely fits the profile, I think, for Bruce Wayne. I just don't think, story-wise, I don't think that he has adopted that billionaire playboy persona yet. I think he's still just really focused on being Batman. My opinion is, at the end of all this, when it's all said and done, at the end of the movie, that's when we're going to see possibly the true Batsuit. Possibly he, trims his hair and starts adopting that billionaire playboy persona to throw people off of thinking he might be Batman. Might also be where we see some teasers for villains in the next movie. All I know is, guys, this trailer looks fantastic. Any worries that I had about this movie are gone. I am not worried at all about it anymore. I cannot wait to see it. And yeah, I hope it doesn't get pushed off any farther. It was originally supposed to come out, I think, in June of 2021, and now it's, I think, coming out in September or November, somewhere in the fall. I hope it doesn't get pushed any farther than that. The fact that they have this much already done, they have enough of it done to make this trailer, tells me that it probably will not get pushed off any farther. So yeah, definitely happy about that. When it comes to the whole Ben Affleck thing, though, because apparently he's coming back now to play Batman, and he's going to be Batman in the Snyder Cut, and they're also talking about how Ben Affleck will appear as a version of Batman in the Flash movie. You kind of have to wonder, are they really going to do just two Batmans, like one for their Justice League DC Cinematic Universe shit, and then Pattinson just being his own Batman? Or maybe, and this is just a theory, are they going to do both for now? And then if people really like Pattinson, are they going to pull... Because what I'm asking is, do we think it's just a coincidence that they're going to do possibly two different versions of Batman in the Flash movie? There's been talk of Michael Keaton showing up, and now Ben Affleck showing up. Clearly they're doing some multiverse time travel kind of stuff. And is that just a coincidence, or could it possibly be that they're going to let this movie, the Batman 2021 movie, play out, see if people like it, and then if they do, perhaps somewhere in the Flash movie, in the middle of all that multiverse time travel paradox shit, maybe they're somehow going to kind of arrange it to where like Ben Affleck's Batman gets erased or goes away, and Pattinson becomes the main Batman for our DC Cinematic Universe and our Justice League. That's just a theory, and who knows? I haven't seen the movie yet, but if I watch this Robert Pattinson Batman movie and it's very, neo-noir detective drama with some action, but it's still more of like a detective drama movie, I don't know if that's the Batman that would work with Justice League. But it's just a theory that I had, and I definitely wouldn't hate it if Pattinson became our main Batman, as long as he got the real Batsuit. As long as this one that we see here is not the final Batsuit, this is Mark 1. This is, this is the prototype, and later on we're going to get Batman 2.0 and he's in the real Batsuit, then that's fine. But yeah. So that's it, guys. That's my breakdown and opinions and thoughts on this trailer. Leave some comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the Facebook page. And other than that, I will see you guys next time.